29.8%. That's a startling number when it correlates to how many families in North County are living in poverty. Beyond Housing, a partner here with us at Fox 2, has made it its mission to go beyond housing, to break the cycle of poverty through access to health care, education, jobs, and to really set families in St. Louis up for success.
29.8 is the degree of poverty in our community, highest concentration of poverty in the entire St. Louis region. That simply means that 30% of the families living in this community struggle with the weight of poverty on their shoulders every day.
A statistic that prevents the growth and prosperity of families in the community.
That inhibits the success of that family, inhibits the growth of that family, inhibits the success of the neighborhoods in which they live because of all the struggles that comes with that. If we can address that in the place with the highest concentration of poverty here in the 24 footprint, we can solve a big problem not only for this community and for the families living here, but for the entire St. Louis region. If we turn this place around that has the most significant problems in the region, imagine what that will do for the region, and imagine how we can replicate this and take it other places.
A mission that goes beyond housing and stares deeper into the eyes of the hardship poverty brings to people in St. Louis.
The way I envision kind of what that looks like and feels is this literally constant oppressive weight that every waking moment you know that there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't take care of the way that you want to, that you can't take care of your children the way that you want to, that you're struggling to pay the bills that you want to, that you're struggling to be part of your community the way that you want to, you're struggling to be as good a friend as you want to, because of the weight of everything being so hard and the weariness of that day in and day out, causes just great stress. And again, can you get up yet one more day? And please, dear Lord, don't have anything else go wrong today, right? Don't let the car break down. Don't let the daycare fall apart. Don't let ... you fill in the blank, right? Because there's always something that happens.
A soundtrack that many people will never know.
Yeah, we all live with stress, but nothing as consistent and heavy as that.
A burden that can be made lighter through the avenues of assistance.
If you don't have access to those resources, family, friends, and others who can alleviate some of those challenges, what do you do every day? So the giving up part makes sense, right? At some point you throw your hands up, what do I do? How do I get out of this? How do I provide for my children better than I'm doing now? How do I get on a career path that is better? How can I make more money? How can I live a better life? And again, unless you have those kinds of resources that so many of us were privileged to have, you're going to struggle with that. And what we're trying to do is fill in those gaps. It's help people to have more stable lives, give them access to assistance in the short term while we're stabilizing their family life, so then they can grow and they can make more money and they can have a better life. They can position their children to take that big giant step out of poverty and again live that life that everybody wants them to have.
Breaking the cycle of poverty with hope, once and for all.
I think hope's spread in a lot of different ways. I think it's hopeful to see new buildings being built. I think it's hopeful to see movie theaters and grocery stores and restaurants pop up. But hope is also simply someone to call and check on you. How you doing? Is everything okay? How are the kids? How's the new job? Is the car still running okay? Those simple kinds of things to build those deep and trusting relationships that hopefully people know that they can, when they get jammed up, which they will, that they can raise their hand and they can count on Beyond Housing and our partners and friends to be there for them, to stand in the breach.
Standing in the gap so families can set themselves up for success.
Families in this region across the country deserve better. We think by providing these comprehensive services, by linking together housing and education support and health support and job support and economic development support, that's the way you invest in under-resourced communities. That's the way you see transformational change.
By making an investment in the community that will one day see a return in the future. In St. Louis County, Chelsea Haynes, Studio STL. you're interested in learning more about Beyond Housing, their mission, or even volunteering to continue to build up this community, you can visit them online at beyondhousing.org. The nonprofit also wants to hear from the community through letters pinned to St. Louis through a program called Dear Lou. So you can join the movement and sign the letter at dearlou.org.